What's good, Gifted? Welcome back. I'm Steph Wood. You got a business plan? How many times have you heard that? I wish I had $1 for every time I heard someone ask one of my clients, or I heard someone ask someone else in a business setting if they had a business plan. 9 times out of 10, that answer is no if you're a startup. That's just how it is. And I have no judgment with that, because in my first business that was prophesied to me, I also did not have a business plan. So I hear you, entrepreneurs, and the struggle is real. Having said all that, from our research, only about 1/3 of small businesses actually have a plan. And 100% of them, their CEOs, admitted that they really had no idea what they were actually good at, and a high percentage admitted they didn't even know what their purpose was, but they're operating businesses and making money. Plans are important. Just like with anything, we plan our lives. Entrepreneurs will plan vacations. We will plan a trip to the grocery store. We'll even plan how to execute a conference, how to execute an event, how to produce our website. But when it comes down to planning for our future, we fail. So, I say all that to say, you gotta get a business plan. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it has to be spontaneously built. It doesn't have to be gorgeous, but you gotta start somewhere. There are many parts to a business plan, but I like to separate them in 3 bigger parts: discovery, development, and delivery. You gotta discover what you wanna do, how it matches your gifts. You gotta develop the business. That means you gotta write it all out, get it all ready, develop the product, get ready to go, and then you gotta deliver it to your audience through marketing strategy and launch systems. But the actual parts to a plan, here they are. I'm about to give them to you. Write this down. You have an executive summary. This is an overview of your entire company, about you, where you come from, how did it start, what was the idea, where are you from, and why are you important, and why is it important that you do this? An executive summary. You also need a mission statement, a vision statement, and a values statement. All 3 being entirely different. But this is the work you have to put in the beginning to understand what your intentions really are. Next, you have your company background. And this is just a short, brief description of the background about how your company got started. Where did it start? And tell the truth. Storytelling is one of the top 3 marketing strategies that are most successful among businesses today. We, in fact, have an entire division dedicated to writing and telling your story. So be real with that. Next, we have products, services, and descriptions. This right here is super important, because you gotta know what you're selling to know how much you're gonna sell it for, to then return whether you can even duplicate it or not. So in the chart that you're gonna be devising in this course, you're gonna be able to plan out all the ways that you will sell items, what those items will be described as, the pricing, and also really see what the bottom that you will take for those services will be. Next, you have to understand your market position, okay? You gotta know where your pricing falls in the market of businesses that do the same thing that you do. Next, you have to know what your unique selling point is. Every business has a unique method to get their customers to buy from them. What is unique about you? Next, you have to understand what your value is to your customer, okay? That depends on you. That also depends on your mission, your vision, your values, and all the things that you've already decreed and developed inside this plan. Pricing strategy is also key. When you break onto the scene as a business, you have different ways that you can strategize how you're gonna break onto the scene. You have market penetration. You can also do group pricing, promotional pricing. You can also be the lowest price or the highest price, but your strategy has to be solid, so take the time to look at it. What is your growth potential? A lot of businesses can only be successful if you can scale them, which means, can you duplicate them? So what is the growth potential of the products and the services that you have described, and how can you then take that to another city, to another state? How can you grow that and duplicate those processes over the spread of more clients doing more business? You have to also understand what your marketing plan is. You got to know how you're going to reach your clients. Most businesses spend between 12 and 28% on their marketing. This is just marketing. This is just sharing information. It's not client generation. It's not referrals. It's just marketing your company. So you need to know what your strategy with that, what your angle is going to be, and how to best reach them. Next, you need to design what your operations are going to look like. Are you going to have a brick and mortar, or is it just going to be virtual? In these days, in these times, virtual is the way to go. Are you going to need fax machines, internet, website? How are you going to take information through communications? When will you send contracts to clients? All these things decide what your operations will look like. Next, you got to know what your budget is. I hate budgeting. In fact, I don't know one single entrepreneur that likes it, because truth be told, we would all do this for free, but we can't. So you do have to spend some time projecting and budgeting. And I recommend that the LYG clients and clients just like you do a 3-year proposed projected budget. And again, proposed and projected are the key words, because you won't know anything until you spend something. Budgeting though and reporting systems are so crucial, because now you can record what you spent and it helps you project and forecast into your next years. Finally, after you know your budget, you need to figure out how to forecast your sales for the next 12 months minimum, because this will help you figure out if you can afford to live or if you can afford to take on new projects, or if you can afford to grow. These are the pieces of what's in a business plan. And in this course, in this module, we're going to go through all of them.